Good morning, everybody. Sara here from Black Sheep Wools. It's the start of September, which can only mean, but actually means two things. First, it means there's going to be a heat wave, which we're right in the middle of. There's always a heat wave when the kids go back to school. But second, it means it's time for the Rowan Autumn Winter magazine. This is magazine 74, and honestly, it is an absolute cracker. I think it's one of the best magazines I've seen in a few years. Stacked full of patterns, two stories in this, one called Felted Tweed My Way, which the designers were basically given carte blanche to design any garment they wanted in felted tweed, and honestly there are some absolute stunners. And then there is the fine tweed Haze story, which is a new yarn from Rowan for this season. So let's take a look inside. Rowan Knitting and Crochet magazine 74. Designers included in this issue are Kay Fassett, Martin Story, Lisa Richardson, Anna and Carlos, Georgia Farrell, Chloe Thurlow, Quail Studio, Phoebe Ulrich and Erica Knight. So lots of recognisable names there, and I say it is a really, really, really lovely magazine. So let's go through. Now the first garment that we come to is definitely on my knit list. And it's this one, Himalaya. Now, for the first time ever, Rowan have included top down and knitted in the round garments, which is amazing. And the Himalaya cardigan is actually steeped as well. Two completely new techniques. So I love the jumper one. I just think that is absolutely beautiful. I love the colours. I love how contemporary it is. I think it's honestly, if I will definitely be making that. I may even pull the yarn together today because it has just really stolen my heart. I think it's stunning. So you've got Himalayas, then you've got Zagros by Georgia Farrell, and then Gully by Lisa Richardson. Now Gully, which is this one that Carmen at the Black Sheep is actually making already, and it uses felted tweed colour. It's a really interesting one, and it uses slip stitch technique, which Lisa is really, really well known for. Great way of doing colour work, slip stitch with very little stress. Then you go on to Balkan by Quail Studio. I love this. I think that's such a wearable jumper. Sara, by Martin Story. Just beautiful. Look at those colours. You can see why this garment was chosen to be on the cover of the magazine. Summit by Georgia Farrell. This is a really interesting construction because you pick up and knit. Erica from Rowan's actually made this in different colours, and it looks really striking when she showed me. And then you've got Martin Story Ridge, nice edge-to-edge cardigan. Boulder by Phoebe Ulrich, which is a great look at that with those birds around. A really contemporary take on a top-down colour work. And then Matterhorn. I really, really like this. I think there is something so wearable about that garment. I love, gives it that modern edge by doing very wide button borders. And then you've got Quail Studio. This, can you see? Difficult to see that there. This really, really, really nice slouchy sweater, Areti. And then you've got Barisan. Apologies if I'm pronouncing any of these words wrong as well. Barisan, which look at that for a coat. Really lovely. And then we've got Erica Knight doing the cardigan here. What's great, gives it a really nice modern touch on this cardigan, is the stripes don't completely match at the front. Now, I know some of you won't be able to cope with that, but I could, and just think it makes it look very, very modern. Also love this two-tone rib that we've got going on. So that's by Erica Knight. And then we've got Ascend by Quail Studio, which is this great poncho, really big, perfect for winter. Might even be wearing it in the house to keep the heating bills down. So you've got Scree by Martin Story, which is almost an Orla Keeley design. Really, really stunning. Love these colours together. And these aren't colours that I would normally put together, but I think they make it look really modern. And then you've got another wrap here by Chloe, which is Fjord. And then look at these. I love this cardigan. Look at this beautiful leaf design that goes up. That's a... I want to state Martin Story. It is Martin Story, Sierra. And then you've got Brooks by Phoebe. Again, top down with a leaf design around the yoke. Look at that. A customer actually sent me a picture of that the other day telling me how much they love it. I think that is brilliant, Anna and Carlos. You can tell it's their design. And these sort of shoulder cowls are really popular. And then it looks plain. This is a top down with some detail on the shoulder. That's by Glacier by Lisa Richardson. And then you've got Cave Design here, buttress. We've actually got this on display in the shop and it is fabulous. And Erica Knight Canyon. Again, I love the shape of that. But don't be put off by the colour in this. You could do it either in felted tweed colour for a nice graduated look, or you could do it in one colour if you don't want all those ends to sew in. Possibly work out slightly cheaper as well. Then we go K Facet Undies. I picked this as one of my garments of the season because I just think that is beautiful. It isn't something I would make because that's a project and a half and I don't have the time to commit to something like that. But look at the way the colours work. It's almost, it almost makes you feel like you're looking at some sort of optical illusion, etc. because the black really draws your eye in. So that's Undies by Kafe. And then you've got Chloe Thurlow range. What's clever with this, again, is that she's used felted tweed colour. So you're just using one ball of colour to get that little graduated bit through there. And then we start to talk about a great article on construction. As I say, this is the first time that Rowan have done top down and in the round. So they're giving you a little bit of an introduction to that there. And then we'll go through. There is a little bit of a heritage bit. So these are patterns that have been in the Rowan magazine previously. And then we go on to Fine Tweed Haze, Rowan's new yarn launch for this season. Fine Tweed Haze is a sister product to Tweed Haze, which was launched a couple of years ago. One of my favourite Rowan yarns. I actually have 3 garments in Tweed Haze. It's really light, it's warm, it's easy to knit, and it looks absolutely stunning. And it doesn't age at all. So look at that bobbin. That's by Chloe Thurlow. Just so striking. Those colours look fabulous. Love the way it's all... can you see that it's sewn together there as well to keep the zigzag... what's the word? Menopause moment. To keep the zigzag going all the way around the garment. Can't think of the right word. Then you've got Bombazine. This really, really nice wrap. And Loot. Loot's a great throw-over sweater by Martin. Now, Cotylin, I love this, and you will see it later on in just one colour, but I love this striped version. I think that is fab, and it looks so super comfy. And then you've got Camlet here, designed by Lisa Richardson. Lisa, pre-working as a knitwear designer, was actually a tailor, and she does these clever constructions, and you can either fasten this way, or you can fasten it down the middle like a normal cardigan. Really clever way of doing that garment. Now, this has been super popular, Sarsnet. I think this could probably be one of the most popular garments in this magazine. Really, really wearable tunic. Then you've got Reed. Reed comes in 2 colourways. So you've got this striped one here, and then you've got the plain. Love the way the stripes are different on either side of this. It just gives it a really modern edge. And then you've got Rapier by Martin Story as well. Fabulous jacket with this colour work at the bottom. And then Dobby, a really modern take on a colourwork yoke sweater. This is by Lisa Richardson. And the fact, can you see they've just got these little tips of colour as well around the edges here of your rib. It just finishes it off really nicely. And then Banner, I love the way this does lace work and colour work. And what's interesting in this, I think it shows off, Tweed Haze does have quite a strong haze to it. But interesting that you still get a really defined lace panel in there. So that's Banner. And then you've got Cotylin, which was the stripy one we saw before, just in one colour. And then Loot by Martin, this striped sweater, again, can do that in one colour. And then we've got Shuttle, this beautiful, beautiful wrap. Really easy diamond pattern there. You can't see it particularly well unless you go really close in. But that would be such a great TV knit project. So that's Shuttle. So that's all your Fine Tweed Haze. There you go. Rowan Magazine 74.